Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, I certainly would be doing this all by myself. Now, it is, of course, the off season, and we're working on getting better and better. And you might notice that the camera is moving a little bit with me because I finally have the tripod that goes with my gimbal, and I'm able to actually have this film and follow me. So when I get animated, the camera will go with me. And this is going to be one of those great tools that when we go to training camp or go to games and stuff like that, that we'll be able to use to kind of bring you the best coverage out there. Because you guys make me want to be the very, very best, and I am working towards doing just that. Now, I just got home from my day job that really went all the way through the night, so I'm a little bit beat. But since it is the off season, I want to make sure that we have good stuff to talk about. I do a lot of videos, and a few people say I do too many, and maybe I do, but I just like talking to you guys so much. So what we're going to do, because the Jobu Sports Report is not about me, it's not about Jobu, it's about all of us together. I'm going to take a question a day and do a complete video on following up on that question. So tonight's question is, where is my question? From Green Dan. Green Dan, great question here. Mark, make me feel better. All the talking heads keep saying that Dak won't go far because the defensive coordinators have footage on him and know exactly how he is and will be able to shut him down now that he isn't a surprise to the NFL. Well, the talking heads are definitely saying that. But I say poo-poo to that. And, of course, a lot of you trolls, I know you guys that are on here, are going to say it's because I'm a homer and in the camp of Dak Prescott. Well, that may be true, but I'm going to give you this. When you look at quarterbacks in the NFL, quarterbacks will always have a weakness, okay? Let's take RG3. RG3 did fantastic his rookie year because it was the pistol offense. It was something new that defensive coordinators hadn't seen. So his speed and his legs were able to get him outside, and you were so worried about him running that defensive backs and safeties were coming up trying to rush the line. Guys are wide open, and he could just flick his wrist, and boom, the ball was there. They'd make an adjustment, and boom. Or he'd take off. But what defensive coordinators realized is if you knock the snot out of him, he can't run, and you collapse the pocket around him so he doesn't have lanes to run. Same thing with Michael Vick. Michael Vick's game was, I can get outside and buy time with my legs. Same thing. If you had the rush lanes exactly the way they are designed to be, where there is no lane to escape on, you corralled him and forced him to have to be a pocket passer. And that's how you kind of start Michael Vick. And Michael Vick became less and less effective as his legs went. Tom Brady doesn't like to get hit. New York Giants, here, I applaud you. Slow clap for the Giants. Because you understood that if you can put pressure on Tom Brady, that it will get him off his game and get him rattled. So each quarterback has a tendency that you can counteract. Now, these same guys that say that there'll be a book out in Dak Prescott and he's going to fail. Well, what I say is this. This offense is a bastard offense. This offense is completely balanced. In fact, I will say it's the most balanced offense in the NFL. When you look at having Zeke Elliott, 1,500 yards, but yet it wasn't a sole running team like you would have seen with Adrian Peterson where they just ran the ball and couldn't pass. They passed for 3,500 yards. Sorry, my dogs are going off, and they've done this a couple times, and I'm not going to start over again. But when you look at our wide receivers, listen to these numbers here. It kind of blows you away. Cole Beasley, 833 yards. Dez Bryant, 792 yards. Jason Witten, 673 yards. Terrence Williams, 594 yards. So this offense is like a hydra. You cut off one head, but another one's right there to take its place. So if you're trying to take away the pass, Dak Prescott is good at hitting the slot receivers because he hits Cole Beasley right in the hands. He doesn't miss a stride. Jason Witten, when he finds a spot, boom, the ball's right there in time. Dez Bryant, when he's going deep, he can loft it up. Dez makes a play. So the question is, what do you do to stop Dez Bryant, Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley, Ezekiel Elliott? Because Ezekiel's going to run the ball. And the only way you're going to stop that offensive line and Zeke Elliott is putting 8 men in the box. Well, okay, you put 8 men in the box. Dak Prescott is fantastic at rolling out and hitting the deep ball. Because now all of a sudden you only have single coverage on Dez Bryant, Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, or Ryan Switzer. And I got to tell you, the thing that's fantastic about Dak is he's going to hit the open man. If you notice when the season started, Cole Beasley was his guy. They were hitting passes left and right, boom, 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 boom. But by the end of the year, it was Dez Bryant. So there's not just one thing to stop. And with that offensive line, this offense is going to be deadly. And having a book out on him doesn't mean you can stop him. I remember in high school, we overmatched some of the teams that we basically said, we're running the ball right here. We dare you to stop it. And that's this offense right now. So when you hear that there's a book on Dak Prescott, my final thought is this. Dak only scratched the surface last year. Dak didn't go into the offseason being the number one quarterback. He was thrust into it in the middle of training camp. And if you noticed, Dak kept opening up more and more and more and more as the season went on. And I dare say they're going to hit the ground running, and you will see Dak and Dez Bryant hitting it up deep. And then the knockout blows will be Ezekiel Elliott. So hopefully, Green Dan, that answers your question. And we're going to go ahead and take another one tomorrow. I've got to work again tomorrow night, so I'm not sure what time I'm going to get in. So the live stream is set for 9, but it may be a little bit late. But I want to thank all of you guys for your support for the Jobu Sports Report. This thing is growing like crazy. And by the time the season gets here, I'll have all kinds of new toys to make sure that you get the best coverage on the Dallas Cowboys right here on the Jobu Sports Report. I'm Mark Holmes, and oh my God, Jobu, forgive me, buddy. I almost forgot his refill. I want to thank you guys for being part of the Jobu Sports Report. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon. Behind me, Gillette Stadium, home of the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. 31 teams all want what they've got.